You are your only authority, and no one in your reality has authority over you. Now, this is not about rejecting authority. This is not about disrespecting authority. This is not about rebelling against authority. This is about understanding the role authority has in your reality and then redefining or rewriting the relationship that you have with the authority that is in your reality. You do it within, and that's what we're talking about today. Stick around. If you would like support stepping in to the starring role of your life movie, which is your reality, I am available for one-to-one law of assumption coaching, and I would love to support you to tell the best stories that you can possibly tell that is going to create the reality that you want to experience. So my name is Hedley and I'm a qualified life coach specializing in the law of assumption. So if you'd like information about my coaching, you'll find it in the box below this video or my website, youaretheone.com.au. I also have a free 21-day set yourself up with the ultimate self-concept course, which is the ultimate story you want to be telling. You'll find those details there as well. But for now, let's just get straight into it. So you are your only authority. There is no authority outside of yourself, even though it may appear like there is, but that is just part of the setup to this wonderful adventure. For you to know that you are your only authority, there must be authority outside of you in order for you to awaken from that. That's part of the setup. So what you know to be authority, which is existing outside of you, is just part of the setup to the adventure of you reawakening to and rediscovering you as your own authority. So we are all born into this world believing that authority is existing outside of us, and that is set up through our parents or our caregivers. That is the first setup. And of course, it's the most perfect setup because we come into this world believing that we are victims to it. And of course, we had to be in the victim story in order to awaken from it and know ourselves as the God and cause of our reality. We can't know ourselves as the God and cause of our reality if we weren't a victim first to it. We needed our parents to survive. We needed the external world. We learn about ourselves through looking out into it. And again, that is part of the amazing setup to this incredible adventure that we are now awakening from. Now, this is not about rejecting authority, resisting authority, disrespecting authority, rebelling against authority. Of course, if you are in resistance to authority, then you are in resistance to this idea that authority is happening outside of yourself. So actually resistance to authority is good as long as you're just feeling it and not acting on it or reacting to it. It's like your intuition speaking to you going, hey, this doesn't feel right. And it's not, because you're believing that authority is happening to you, it's outside of you, and this person is telling you how things should be. And that's not the case. You are your only authority. So even though that person, that character might be disguised as your boss or your manager or a law enforcement official, they are still support characters in your movie conforming to the script that you're writing. So if you are still writing the script that authority is happening to you, you will experience being subject to authority outside of you, and you will feel like a victim to authority outside of you. We have to wake up from this idea, and this is, as I say again, this is not about pushing back. We do all of the work inside ourselves. If an authority figure is coming at you with something that you don't like, you don't push back on them. You go, oh, okay, cool, all right. And then you get yourself some space away from that reality and you work out, all right, what are my assumptions about authority? Start there. And then what are my assumptions about this person? Because that will tell you everything you need to know about your assumptions about authority. No one has power over you. No one can tell you what to do that you first haven't agreed to in consciousness. It all comes from you. The authority you are experiencing in your reality is being caused by you and the assumptions you are holding about authority and the assumptions you are holding about yourself in relationship to authority. So the characters that you will see showing up in your reality that reflect back authority are like government officials, politicians, council workers, parking inspectors, anyone with a uniform, managers, presidents, spiritual leaders, doesn't matter. Anyone in a position of authority, it appears that they are above you. But if they are outside of you, they are you pushed out, reflecting you back. And how they are showing up in your reality is revealing to you your relationship with the authority within yourself. So they are actually reflecting back how you are authoring yourself in your reality. The whole point of this is for you to reclaim the assumption that you are your only authority, and anyone and everyone in your reality is just reflecting back what you have already determined within yourself. Now, this is where you can rewrite the script for the authority figures showing up in your life. You are not subject to any authority other than your own. And when you rewrite the story of authority within yourself, then that will be reflected back through the authority figures in your reality. And that is going to blow your mind, because the authority story is one of the first stories we come in believing, thanks to our parents, because they are the authority of our reality at that point until we can be independent and live on our own. Again, it's part of the amazing setup. But that's one of the first stories that we come into, which is the authority is outside of ourselves. And of course, that's the most perfect setup. If you're going to create an adventure where you want to hide the treasure, which is you are your own authority, then set it up from the first minute you come into this world that authority exists outside of you. You're going to be spending your whole life looking outside of you and not in here for the treasure, which is you are your own authority. Having a relationship with authority within yourself that is healthy and nourishing, loving and respectful, that's why you never want to push back on authority. If you push back on authority, you're pushing back on yourself. You're pushing back on the way you are authoring yourself. You're actually not listening to how you are authoring yourself. It's all a reflection. So if you're resisting it, if you're rejecting it, if you're rebelling against it, you're not helping yourself. You want to listen to what authority or how authority is treating you and come into awareness as to what that is reflecting about how you are governing yourself, because it'll tell you everything you need to know about your assumptions and the way you're treating yourself. And that's where you can start to change your story and your experience of this authority that appears to be outside of yourself. And that's where you can start to write the script for authority, where authority is actually doing everything you're telling it to do. That's where things get really, really fun. So let's have a look at the word authority. It comes from the 12th century. Authoritative passage or statement, book or quotation that settles an argument, passage from scripture. Let's go further. Old French, authority, prestige, right, permission, dignity, gravity. Again, comes from the scriptures. Now we go even further. Latin, invention, advice, opinion, influence, command. So it comes from auctor, master, leader, author. Now we are getting to the truth of this word authority. Now this is where I'm going to prove to you that you are your own authority. So we're going to go further into where this term comes from. We're going to have a look at the word author. It comes from the mid-14th century. Father, creator, one who brings about, one who makes or creates. Author, originator, creator, instigator. And directly from Latin, auctor, promoter, producer, father, progenitor, builder, founder, trustworthy writer, authority, historian, performer, doer, responsible person, teacher. Literally, one who causes to grow. So, who is the Father? Who is the Creator? It's imagination, it's consciousness, it's your imagination, it's your consciousness. Therefore, you are your only authority, because it's your imagination and consciousness that's causing your reality. So you are your only authority, and everything and everyone in your reality is reflecting back what you are doing, what you are creating, what you are authoring in consciousness. There is not a person on this planet, regardless of position or status, who has authority over you. You are your only authority, and authority is reflecting back the assumptions that you have about authority and how you are authoring yourself. This is where you get to rewrite the story of how you are experiencing your authority. No one is outside of the script that you are writing for them. If they're in your reality, they are subject to a change in consciousness. If you've got an authority figure that is in your reality right now, who you are in resistance to, go in. Do the work within yourself. What are your assumptions about authority? What are your assumptions about this person as the authority figure? Claim them as I am, and then rewrite the story and remind yourself, I am my only authority figure. If this person is showing up, they're showing up because it's of a script that I have written for them. If you don't like the script, go in and change it. You go in this way. You don't go out that way. Wherever the problem is, go in the opposite direction. And the opposite direction is always you. It's your consciousness. It's your awareness. Rewrite the story. Hold true to it, be faithful to it until your reality reflects it back, because it always will. That's how this works. Please remember, you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you, assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. And this is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.